In the last Ask a Grimm, I referred to Ava Chris Tyson as they-them pronouns when Ava used she-her pronouns. This was based on outdated information, and going forward, I will do better to make sure I use the right pronouns for a person if I talk about said person in a video. While I still detest Ava for what she did to minors, and I still hope she gets punished, it was wrong of me to use the wrong pronouns, and I'm sincerely sorry for that mistake. I'm also sincerely sorry to Black Nurse Witch for missing your question in the last episode. I thought YouTube's question filter was working, but it wasn't. So I'm going to keep a close look on the comments for future episodes, especially this one. I have the comments opened on both the community post and on the video itself. I just wanted to address all that before we dove into this episode because they were legitimately major mistakes on my end, and I'm sincerely sorry. So, on that note, let's begin with this edition of Ask a Grimm. Mega Harley Quinn Fangirl asks, have you heard that Susan Wojcicki passed away from cancer and the people who mocked her in her son's death? And have you heard of the Lily Jean stalking situation? I have heard of Susan Wojcicki's passing, and that shit sucks. Like, it really just sucks. Say what you will about her as a CEO of YouTube. I certainly have opinions. But going out through means of cancer is just fucked. It's a thing you don't wish on your worst enemies. And, fuck the people who are mocking her in her son's death. You can call out her actions as a CEO, but it's like, time and place. What the fuck? Especially bringing the son into it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? As for the stalking situation, yeah, I've heard of it and just... what the fuck? Crusoe Jr T asks, any thoughts on Power Rangers Samurai? I'm gonna sound like a contrarian for this, but personally, I didn't mind Samurai. It's not my favorite, far from it, but I thought it was fine. Yeah, it's basically a weaker version of Shinkenger, but I mean, Shinkenger was a fine enough Sentai, so like, it translates relatively well. Actually, I always just find it weird when some people complain that Power Rangers doesn't stick close enough to the Sentai and just make some certain changes, but when we get something like Samurai, which is basically an American version of that, they're quick to complain, like,
you just asked for specifically that! Ask!
I don't know, it's just fucking weird, personally speaking. But, regardless of where you stand, I think both sides can agree that Megaforce fucking sucked. Fangirl Poison Ivy Girl fan asks, have you watched Rick and Morty's anime? Did you watch Askare's video on reboots, and do you know what is pro-shipping on DeviantArt? I have not seen the Rick and Morty anime because it didn't look appealing to me, and from what I've heard, it's not very good, so that's a yikes.
Oh no!
As for the video on reboots, yeah, I've certainly seen bits of it, because a lot of people in that community have been talking about it, because that video is atrocious. It's bad. That's not even getting into the original version. The original version had the fucking cast of Family Guy in blackface, and Cleveland as the only white person. Like, Ask isn't beating the racism allegations. Like, the fuck are you doing? And as for pro-shipping, I hate everything. I hate everything. Basically, for those who don't know, pro-shipping is shipping stuff like incest and, like, not very good things. So of course it had to come from DeviantArt. Fucking course it did. I fucking hate it here. Anyways... Commando Big Lady Officer asks, are you aware of the Shadman list of people interact with him or defended him? Did you hear about the Moist Critical versus Sneeko debate and people going after Moist more instead of Sneeko? Did you watch Moist Critical Situation is Crazy by Moist Critical? And have you heard about the cancellation of Clone High? I'm aware of the list. Some of them is a bit weird because it's like, it's more so they commissioned him for like thumbnail art or stuff, and that's about it. Some people were very quick to bring up, like, after they found out about the shit regarding Keemstar's daughter, they were very quick to disassociate from him. This would be years before this list came out. And then you have people like Nux. Fuck Nuxaku. He's a piece of garbage. As for the second question, yes, I've heard about it, and it's very much clear that Critical was not prepared for that debate. But then again, as we found out in the third video, which I have seen, so that answers that question, funny enough, it was clear that Charlie was not prepared because when he was calling Sneeko, he expected a regular conversation and not a debate. So, of course Charlie wasn't going to be prepared for that because he had no idea it was going to be a fucking debate. As for people going after Critical instead of Sneeko, I'm not too surprised about that because these are the same people who are so quick to say, oh, we gotta protect the children shouldn't be putting shit into their bodies, yet when it comes to shit like parents forcing a religion on their child who can't consent, or even shit like, oh gee, I don't know, circumcision, they're conveniently silent on the matter. Actually, here's a fun game. Ask how many of them would vote for a bill to ban child marriage in their state. you'll find that they conveniently go silent because here's the funny thing. More so funny as in, what the fuck is wrong with these people? There's only a small handful of the United States that actually ban child marriage. That is disgusting. Like, why the fuck is it so small? Just the fuck. But no, these people want to get all up in arms about some children they don't know putting shit in their bodies when it's like, first off, people put shit in their bodies all the time. I mean, have you seen the amount of fucking microplastics in people? They want to all act all high and mighty for people they don't actually give a fuck about. It's like a lot of people when it comes to like abortions, they don't give a shit after the child is born, but only during the fetus phase. I have seen the Moist Critical video, and yeah. And as for the cancellation of Clone High, kind of expected, because I haven't heard very many good things about the reboot. So I guess it was only a matter of time. Nico Safer1 asks, have you seen Dogpack's I Work for Mr. Beast He's a Fraud video? Any thoughts about the church and Christians getting mad over the Last Supper parody? And favorite Donkey Kong game? Yeah, I've seen snippets of it, and I'm just gonna wait for Mr. Beast's response, because Dogpack was more so focused on like Mr. Beast being fake, and not the fact that, you know, one of Mr. Beast's close friends was a fucking predator.
You don't take the turkey out of the oven to heat up your little fish sticks, boy. Let the real meal cook.
As for the second question, I can't even be surprised at this point because they'll bitch about anything. Fuck, back in the 90s, they bitched about Pokemon. Well, I think this was more so a 2000s thing with this next example, but they bitched about Harry Potter. So I can't even act surprised. As for favorite Donkey Kong game, gotta go with 64 on this one. And the last set of questions come from Killjin. Are you aware of the Sunny V2 and ADP 445 was right about Chris' movement and it is beyond stupid? Have you heard that Mama Max is back? Did you watch Gomi-san's Crunchyroll is worse than you think video? And did you watch King XP's Moon, YouTube's most soulless creator? Yes, I am aware of this, and it is beyond stupid. Just what the absolute fuck. As for Mama Max being back, yeah, I am aware, unfortunately, and yeah, nice to see that Max learned absolutely nothing. Great. As for Gomi-san's, yes, I have actually, and holy fuck, what the actual fuck is going on with this website? How is it even still running? And as for King XP's video, yes, I have seen it. I wonder how long it's gonna take before H-Bomber Guy does a sequel to his plagiarism video, because, oh boy, Moon has that and so much more wrong with him. Alright, so I think that does it for this edition of Ask a Grimm. I double-checked and I don't see any more questions. So, thank you all so much for asking your questions. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back next month with another Ask a Grimm. If you have any questions you'd like to see on the next episode, absolutely leave them in the comments below this video or in the community post. Because again, YouTube is fucking stupid. But you guys aren't. You're awesome. Thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.